Hey everybody, Troy with eBuzz Central. Today we're going to be looking at Zorin OS. This is an Ubuntu-based operating system that is just a little different. But before we get started, if you would, please like and subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost anything, and that will enter you into the contest for the ASUS ZenBook 14 giveaway that we'll be doing on August 31st, 2021. Now, I'm at Zorin OS's website, zorin.com. And it states that it is a very fast operating system. It is definitely an alternative to Windows and MacOS, designed specifically to be faster and on top of other Linux distributions. Forbes has called it clean and polished. CNET says it's without question one of the best Linux distros. But there is a caveat to that. The caveat is if you want to go download it, there are many different types you can download. Zorin OS 16 Pro actually costs $39. But what we're going to be looking at today is the core Zorin OS 16 for basic use on modern computers. Okay? And you can get that for free, or you can get Zorin OS 15.3 Lite, which is for basic use on low-spec PCs, up to 15 years old, which is pretty impressive. Well, I've already downloaded it. We've got it open in a virtual box. Let me close out of that. And this is what you're met with right off the bat. This is the Zorin OS. Now, as you can see right off the bat, it has a real Windows feel and look to it. First thing I want to check is if we right click, what do we get? New folder, new document, select all, show desktop and files, open a terminal, change background. Let's see what kind of backgrounds they give us out of the box on the free download. I want something that's a little less bright, so why don't we go with something like that? We'll change out of that. Now we'll go over here. You've got multitask view, you've got Firefox, you've got your files, and you've got the software center. Let's open up the file program. And it's consistent with what you get across Genome, and some of your budgie desktops run it as well. If you want to make everything larger, your files larger, you just go to the drop down menu and you can adjust them smaller or you can adjust them larger. I like to have them larger so I can see what I'm doing. So let's close that out. Let's open the Zorin over here on the menu. Right off the bat, you can tell it has a Windows 7 feel to the menu. You've got your accessories here, games. It's got Isle Riot Solitaire, Mahjong, Mines, Quadripassal, Sudoku. You can go back on graphics. It comes with Image Viewer, comes with LibreOffice Draw and a Photos app. Let's look at their Image Viewer app. It's just your base Image Viewer app. Let's close out of that. Let's go back up to graphics. Oops. Image Viewer and Photos. Let's see what their photo program looks like. So it's just open. You can photos, albums, favorites, and can you connect to, you cannot connect to online accounts, so everything would be local. But that's still a beautiful, I like the theme. Everything's going and it's consistent. Let's close that out. Internet, you've got Firefox web browser, and you've got Remina, which it connects you to remote desktops. Office, you've got Calendar, Contacts, Evolution Mail, and you get LibreOffice out of the box. Sound and video. You got Brasero, Cheese, Pitavi, Rhythmbox, Sound Recorder, and videos. And all of these are going to go along the same theme. You're going to have the same nice dark theme. You're going to have consistency across the look of everything that you have app-wise on the system. System tools, additional drivers, boot repair, disks, gparted, install Zorin OS, main menu, Mozi setup, power statistics, send feedback. Let's scroll down. And you have software updater, startup applications, Tour, Zorin Appearance, and Zorin Connect. Now, if we click on Tour, okay, that's impressive. If you want to take a tour of Zorin OS, you can. Just go click on it, and I'm sure it'll run you through everything. So we'll go down to Zorin Appearance, see what we can do to change the appearance. Okay, you can actually change your layout. You can go with the layout it comes with out of the box, or you can change to this layout, which gives you pretty much the same thing. You're getting the wider apps that are open as opposed to just the icon with the black underline. Okay, or you can go with the classic legacy Genome look, which gives you the taskbar up top, and then your applications, I believe, would be over here. Yes, you got to click. Let's just go back. I'm going to go back with how it is out of the box. Utilities, Let's go back down. System monitor. It says that it's fast and it's low on resources. So let's see what we're looking at right here. I've got 2 CPUs assigned to this system. Right now it's running at rest between 3 and 7%. Memory, it's using 1.4 gigabytes of 3.8 that I have assigned. And quite honestly, I have other KDE desktops that actually run a little less memory at standstill. So I can understand how they would say it would be faster, but it is at rest using a little bit more memory than some of the KDE systems I've tested. And they are light compared to what KDE used to be. So let's close out of that. Let's go back over to appearance. I want to see what else and what other customizations we have. You can adjust the theme, backgrounds, light, or you can set it up to change with the time. It'll be light during the day, dark during the night. I'm going to go ahead and switch it to dark now. And I want my accent color to be red. Now we've got interface, title bars, left or right. And that must mean, let me open this up. Let's minimize that. Let's go with appearance. If we go to left, it switches your buttons to the left side. If you go right, it puts them on the right. Enable animations, jelly mode. Jelly mode, I think, is when you grab the window and it's wobbly windows. That's been around forever, but they call it jelly mode. Let's turn that off. Super key, you can activate overview. You can activate the Zorin menu, however you want to set it up. Activities overview hot corner. Whip up to the corner, the hotkey. See how it brings everything up? And then we can go right back down here to Zorin OS. Taskbar settings. You can go down here and double check your taskbar settings. You can make your panel bigger if you would like at the bottom. I'm going to bump that up just a hair. Let's bump it down a little bit. So you have full control over that. You can have your panel IntelliHide. When you turn that on, it'll actually hide. When you go big main screen, let's maximize. And it hides. Or you can pull down and it'll pop back up. And then you can override panel theme background opacity. So right now, that's the way it's set up. You can click on opacity and see how much it's almost clear. I'm going to leave that on because I do like it. Position. You can apply all kinds of different settings in here. Display panel on all monitors. If you've got more than one monitor, you can turn that on and it'll display it on another monitor. Order and positions on each monitor. You can have panel. You can have it on bottom, top, left, right. And then left box, show application button. There's so many different things you can change down here. Behavior, show favorite applications on secondary panels, show running applications, show window previews on hover, show tooltip on hover, isolate workspaces, ungroup applications, action, click cycle windows and minimize, scroll icon action, enable hotkeys to activate apps. So there's many different things you can do there. I am going to do something real quick because it's kind of bothering me. I'm going to go back to the blue because it seems when you go to the red, if you look, it kind of chases and dulls everything out over here. I'm going to just stick with blue. Desktop. You don't want icons on the desktop, just click that. The icons will disappear. Or if you do want icons on the desktop, you turn it on. You want home, trash, mounted volumes, network servers. You can turn all of those on. So I'm going to go ahead and shut that off. Fonts. Here, interface text, you can change all these fonts one by one. That is one thing I do like about KDE is that you can go into one setting, change the fonts across the whole operating system as opposed to just changing it for each thing. But if you just want different text to be different size, this is the place where you would come to do that. Go to their software center. There's their software center. Let's go shopping. We will wait for it to populate. Okay, it is now populated. It took a little bit there, guys. It took about a minute for everything to populate. Okay, we're going to look. We got Explore. You can go with editor's picks, recent releases, recommended games, recommended productivity applications, or you've got other categories down at the bottom. Or you can do a search. So let's do a quick search for OBS, see if OBS comes up. Okay guys, I've ran this for about 30 seconds. OBS isn't coming up. So what I'm thinking is because I'm running in a virtual machine, it isn't going to let me look at anything. Now there's installed. It shows me what's installed and it will show me my updates. But other than that, it doesn't pull up in the search. So let's just do something like Blender. Let's click on Blender and see if it brings up the information. It does. Anything that's not included on their front page when you do a search on it, it's going to be a lot quicker and faster once you install the program. But there's Blender. All you'd have to do is click install and it would install it. Your sources are over here. You've got the Snap Store. I guess that's all the sources you have at this point in time. I know a while ago it said it was trying to populate the flat hub, so I'm thinking out of the box you're not going to have, because Zorin is based on Ubuntu, you're not going to have Ubuntu repositories, but everything's going to be coming from the Snap Store and from the Flat Hub, which is Flatpaks. So that's a good looking store. I bet it runs a lot better when it's installed. All in all, yes, it is a good looking operating system. And it is definitely an option if you're coming from Windows or you're coming from macOS to step right into Linux and feel comfortable. Because a lot of the Linux desktops sometimes can be a little intimidating because you're not used to them. If you take a test drive in them for 20 or 30 minutes, you can pretty much have them down pat. But that's my look at Zorin OS. Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you would, please like and subscribe to my video. Doesn't cost anything, and if you end up not liking me, you can always unsubscribe. Plus, it enters you into the Asus ZenBook 14 giveaway that we're doing on August 31st, 2021. I appreciate you guys watching the video, and I will see you in the next video.